my name is Jenny, and this is going to be my miscarriage story. I thought I would kind of document everything that I went through and everything that happened so that um, if you're going through a similar situation, you can kind of know what's going to happen. So I found out that I was pregnant in March. This would have been our third child. This was my fourth pregnancy. We have a 8-year-old daughter and a 4-year-old son. We had a stillbirth son who would have been almost 6 in June. He would have been 6. And so I found out I was pregnant in March. My first doctor's appointment was April 16th, so it was about 3 weeks ago. And when we got in there, we did the ultrasound right away. And right away, no, not right away. It was about 5 minutes that she was looking at everything, and then she said, things don't really look right. And she's like, you're 9 weeks? And I was like, yeah, 9 weeks in 1 day. She's like, okay, you're measuring 8 weeks in 1 day, so let me just look around a little bit more. And so she was looking, and she said, okay, right here is where you're supposed to see a little flutter for the heart, and I'm not seeing that. And so we knew that the baby had passed away, and I knew that it was the percentage of miscarrying is so high. So I knew it was a possibility. I think the percentage of miscarrying, I am 36, so the percentage is anywhere from 20% to 35%. And then, so after she told us the baby passed away, we went in and we talked to my doctor, and she gave me 3 choices. She said, you can let it happen naturally, you can take some medication that would start the process within 6 to 8 hours, or you can have a D&C. But it was her choice and my choice. Like, that was our last choice. We didn't want to do the D&C. So I said, I'm just going to wait it out. The first week, I'm trying to think, it might not have even been a week. I was like, oh, was it happening now? Oh, is it happening now? Like, maybe it's not happening. Oh, now it seems like it's happening. And it just never happened. So I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot stand this. I can't stand the waiting game. I'm going to do the medication. And that's what my doctor said was her first choice, was the medication, because she didn't want to have to not know when it was going to happen and just wait. So I was like, okay, I'm going to call my doctor on Monday, because I think it was Friday or Saturday. I'll call my doctor on Monday and say I want to take the medication. So then during that weekend, I was like, oh, I feel so peaceful. I feel at peace. This was the right decision. And then I decided, and then I prayed. And I was like, you know what, no, I'm just going to let it happen. So, and then I felt so much at peace with that decision then. But it took me deciding to take the pills and then changing my mind. And then, so then that's what I did. I just waited it out. And so my doctor said, you have 3 more weeks, because your baby looks like it passed away sometime last week. So you have 3 more weeks to wait before you risk infection. And I said, okay. Well, so that was April 16th. My baby passed away probably April 8th, April 9th. And I just started miscarrying on Thursday, May 1st. I think I have the dates right. And by miscarrying, what I mean is, like when you have discharge and it's kind of dryish, like you just have like strings of something on your underwear and it's like a little bit of discharge, but it's dried. So I had like little strings, but they were tinted red. And I was like, okay, I think my miscarriage is starting. So then Friday, I had more of that, and I wasn't too crampy. I was just a little tiny bit crampy. And then Saturday, I was very crampy. I was very dizzy for certain parts of the day. And then Saturday night, which was last night, May 4th, Saturday, May 4th. I went to bed, and during the night I kept waking up with back pain. And then I got up this morning about 6:30, and I went downstairs, and as I was going downstairs, I could feel something in my underwear, and then I pulled my pants down to go to the bathroom, and there was the baby sitting in my underwear. And it was still in its sack, and which I'm glad. I'm glad that maybe it always is like that. That's something that I was hoping for. I didn't want it to come out by itself without the sack, because I thought that would be hard to see where the baby is, and I want to be able to bury it. So yeah, this morning I saw the baby, and ever since the baby came out, I've been having a lot of cramping, a lot of bleeding, like a ton of blood clots. And it's like once I'll pass a blood clot, I'll feel a little bit better, and but then more blood clots come. So right now I just got ready. I haven't gotten ready since Thursday. So I just got ready. I'm feeling really good. I passed several blood clots. Like I said, the baby already came out. I'm not sure how much longer I have, but so far this has been what it's been like. It has not been too painful. It's just been, I've had a lot of back pain. And some like leg cramps. When I was in labor with my first daughter, I had a lot of leg cramps. And I had a little bit of that. But it's mostly been in my back, and I just feel kind of uncomfortable. So that was that whole process. And then we'll get my husband's point of view, because my husband is home today, which I'm glad that he was off when this all happened. This is my husband, Dusty.
Hello.
Dusty, what did you think when we were at the doctor's office and she said that something didn't seem right, and then when she said that there was no heartbeat?
Well, obviously I was sad. It's very hard to hear. And then I guess before that it didn't really dawn on me that she was saying the baby was only 8 weeks when you were actually 9 weeks along. And then just really hard, and brought back a lot of emotions and feelings from our stillborn son from several years ago, 6 years ago. And I guess it was just very difficult and not a good experience.
Mm-hmm.
And I was also worried about you, because you were so excited and so happy, and then just to have like that happen, and I didn't really think about it as being as high of a percentage as it is. So like 1 in every
That's
5
crazy.
babies.
Even like stillbirths are so high. Like it's the statistics for having a stillbirth is higher than having a baby with SIDS or a baby dying from SIDS, but SIDS is all you ever really hear about from doctors.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
and like I knew the percentage, but I just didn't think about it. Like really think, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then past that, I guess mostly I was just worried about you. Like obviously still sad and still hurt, but worried about what you're going through and unsure of how to talk to you about it, or how to see how you're feeling. And like obviously I can ask you, but I can't imagine what you went through and what you're going through and anything like that, so I just don't have any way to relate.
Did it seem real up until like when I actually did miscarry, or did it not really sink in? Or?
Probably not in the first few days, but obviously it's been 3 weeks almost.
Yeah, 3 weeks since the doctor's appointment and 4 weeks since the baby supposedly passed away.
Mm-hmm. So obviously it's sunk in since then, but so it's not like I'm thinking that it's not what it is, but I guess it was just hard when you showed me the little sack. That was very difficult to see. But
yeah, I wasn't very
no. Hey, look at this.
Hey, the baby finally came out. I was excited the baby came out. I didn't think the baby was
Yeah.
actually going to come out.
I was not ready.
I had a feeling that it would be pretty easy just because I wanted to trust that that everything would go right and that it would be easy, but you always have that little bit of doubt
Mm-hmm.
that maybe that it could be very difficult, and I really didn't want to have the DNC, and so that's what I was worried about. So then when the baby came out, like, obviously I was sad, but I was like also excited that the baby actually came out on its own while I was asleep.
I was also expecting something much different. I was thinking like a lot smaller and less defined, I guess, at that point. So
Yeah, it was really neat. I thought that you could see like features in the face, and it had little arms stubs. Would you call them stubs?
Yeah.
Arm stubs and
just
leg
arms
stubs.
without hands.
It was really cute.
Mm-hmm.
We took
Still
pictures.
looks like a squid.
I think the mouth almost looks like a baby bird's mouth. We took pictures, so I will have those at the end of the video. So if you don't want to see it, you could end the video before it actually ends. You could stop the video before it ends. But I will have pictures about what it looks like in case you're wondering, because I was wondering, and I saw 2 YouTube videos where they showed what came out for them, and I thought that was really neat to see that. So, and now I'm just carrying on, blabbing on.
Doing good.
Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
So now that the baby actually came out, like, I feel like now we can actually start
Grieving, moving
grieving,
forward.
yeah, and moving forward.
Yeah.
But, yep. Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Another thing I was going to say was that waiting for it to happen naturally was definitely hard. I had to just trust in God and trust in my body that everything would happen on its own. But it definitely was hard, and I was constantly Googling everything, and I came across these posts where people who have been told that their baby had passed away, and then they went back and they got a second opinion and their baby had not passed away. And I trust my doctor, so I didn't think that that was going to be a possibility. But waiting almost 3 weeks, I did start to wonder, maybe my baby is alive. And it was the day before, it was Wednesday, the day before I started miscarrying, that I was like, oh my gosh, maybe there's going to be a miracle. Maybe there's going to be hope. And so then on Thursday, it was a little extra disappointing. So Googling it is hard, waiting is hard. I wouldn't recommend it. I would just say, do what you think is best for you. For me, this was best for me. So if you are going through this, you've been told that you're going to miscarry or you have miscarried, I'm truly sorry. It is hard. It is painful. Things do get better. Speaking from my stillbirth, that was incredibly hard. It took me a couple years, but it gets better.